On to the part of THUG2 GBA. This time, we're going to Suburbia. Yes, Suburbia. Which I believe was a Pro Skater 3 level. Or Pro Skater 2. I forgot which Pro Skater it was, but it is an old level, and for some reason, the developers decided to bring it back in this version of the game. Despite Suburbia not actually being in THUG2 at all, really. And also, we're doing a kart race. And it's really bad. The arrows are not fucking obvious on where you're supposed to go. And then it gets worse, because then you get to this part, and you're like, where do you go now? Oh, you're supposed to turn around and then get onto the trailer parks in order to get the next arrow. See? It's... Why the fuck are these races so bad? Like, why the fuck are these little race objectives really badly done? It's fucking stupid. Now where the fuck do I go? Well, guess what? Now you go over to this trailer over here. What? That was not a clean race, Mike. Do not fucking play with me like that. Anyway, big jump time. Gotta clear this trailer now, where this roller skater is just chilling. Pretty easy one, honestly. It's also a gap, so just do a transfer. You'll be able to get yourself the trailer gap, just like that. And Tony's calling us a fucking hooligan. Great. Great. Anyway, now we have another team challenge, which is right over there, but also there's a hydrant here, which I'm going to go ahead and not spin a little bit, maybe, maybe not. And there's also a sign here, the sign to the Utopia. And there's also a rope there. If I grind this sign rope, at least, all the way to the one end to the other, I'll end up getting a gap. And that gap, if I can fucking pull it off right now, I'm having a hard time doing so. I probably should have jump cut at this point. But fuck it. Grind the whole thing, and you'll get sweet home. And you can keep grinding if you want. You can grind for the whole entire thing if you want. But there's no point in doing that, and you shouldn't fucking do that. Because eventually, as soon as you get to this trailer over here, the game just bails you. Thanks, game. Thanks. So, just grind from that rope all the way down and get your sweet home gap, and that's all you need to do, really. Okay, time for the team challenge. So the team challenge here happens to be doing a trick onto a table that's on a half pipe. That one right there. Just lip trick it. I mean, it is a little iffy to get the aim for it, but for the most part, it's not that bad. So just lip trick it and you're good to go. There we go. That was table. With table out of the way, we can now move on forward because we need to grab Buddy for the next one, which I'm not going to do yet until I get some more shit done, like Deja Vu, this transfer there. And also, going to Tony again to begin Horse, which he decided to call it Horsey time. I don't feel comfortable with Tony calling it Horsey time. Okay? There is a deep disgust, and it was brought in by Horsey time. Also, I fucked it. Okay, let's try this again. We got all this curb to work with. Got enough of an area for me to go ahead and do a whole bunch of blood slides on this shit. If I can actually pull it off proper. Got the focus going on and such. There we go. 35,000 points to the last one for this horse. It's always 3 rounds. So be careful with the fucking car. I already know where it's going with that car being here. And, yeah. Done. And as I land here, the horse challenge is not that hard, Tony. I'll talk to Chad, who wanted to collect skate in the suburbs. Which the first one is right there by the bowl. So, there is a bit more area I haven't explored yet. Now I'm doing the jump cuts and all of that. Like, for instance, there's a K here as well. This is the construction area, which looks about the same as it used to be. There's the S. There's also a gap here, which I'm gonna go ahead and get. Fucking it up already. Actually, I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna go ahead and get the letters. The A, the T, and the E should be in a straight line afterwards, but, not exactly. In fact, I couldn't even find the fucking A, T, or E after the K, which you might be thinking, well, I kick in the kicker and then I just go forward, right? No. The T's on that, and the A's on this bench here. So you're supposed to go straight forward after getting onto the very middle of the fucking kicker there. And you continue onto a straight line through that A and T, all the way to this E on the ramp over there. That was a bit of a shitty skate line, honestly, considering, but, yeah, for the most part, it's not the worst one. And now I got the fucking hydrants here, which there are 4 of. Got a nice spin all of them. First one right in front of me. The game just skipped past this one and went to a much further one. That was number 1 right there. And this one over down this path is, I believe, number 3. Let me go and check. Number 2. Number 3 should be this one. Oh, that's number 4. Number 3 is the one inside the park then. Why is there one here? I don't know. Why did I not count if I got the gap then? Because you did the NOS spin to actually nail it down. So there you go. And with that out of the way, that does not give me a gap at all. I'm going to grind these 2 places where there's haunted houses, get the haunted hop. I'm going to talk to this guy over here in order to go ahead and find out that he has lost his fucking spray cans again. Go ahead and get them back. There are 5 of them. Again. First one's right there. The game showed me it. The rest of them should be pretty much inside this area except for one. I'm going to go ahead and grind this entire pool here to get a gap, which the gap in question happens to be backyard pool. One of the cans should be, there it is. Got to jump for it. And also not spin that barbecue there in order to get the gap known as Alua's Cooking. I don't know what that means. There's also a spray can there and also a transfer here for Tunny Transfer. So go ahead and grab the spray can now. There you go. Also transfer the bit wider one in order to get the not tiny. Okay. The 4th spray can should be around here. It should be right by this fence, actually. Because they decided to break the fence. Also, spine gap. Spine. There it is. And the last spray can should be at the construction site, which I didn't know for a bit until just then. And there you go. And he just said thanks with an X. Because of course. And now it's time for a competition with the tourists. I don't know why the tourist's giving us a fucking competition, but he is. And, I'm going to fuck up 2 heats of this. And you're gonna see that even with a lot of fuck-ups, and just, for the most part, utilizing the tantrum here, I'm going to end up actually winning a gold in this. Because usually the competitions are kind of stingy, especially in THUG1. The competitions in THUG1 were assholes, especially when it came to Hawaii. But in this game, in THUG2 GBA, with the competitions being here, they are the most forgiving. And also, I don't know how much you need to get 100, but that was close enough. Maybe like 500,000, maybe. But, yeah, I'm going to fuck up a bunch here. I'm gonna get a lot of fucking, you know, bails. I'm gonna get a lot of fucking, you know, tantrums going on. And, yeah, I feel ashamed for how bad I did. And I thought I wasn't gonna get a fucking gold because of that shit. But, no. The opposite happened. Because even with some shitty scores, honestly, the game still gave me it. It shouldn't have. It really shouldn't have. But because I got that tantrum there, that gave me a fucking 98. So I have enough to basically win. I don't think I deserve a 98 for what I did there, but the game says otherwise, so I don't think it's even that possible to not get first, because Look at that. I did a small tantrum, you know, 34,000 points. Do another tantrum available right here, and it only gives me, like, what? About another 6,000? So about 40,000 points. And I get myself, after that bit of weirdness there, a fucking 92. The game is too forgiving on the scores. Anyway, grind this entire wooden thing here for the wooden grinds, and then talk to Chad to get the comma letters, which, the C is right there. And the comma letters here are honestly kind of awkward. I'm not a huge fan of how they're done in this one. It's not really obvious how you're supposed to get these. It should be, but it's not. And that's a big fucking problem, because in order to get the O and the friggin' M, you have to go through those little transfer areas, so you have to kind of grind them, essentially. But the site you might be thinking of doing an arrow over them. So here's how I actually had to do it. I grind for that C, manual over to a grind for the O, like that, and then the M right there, just grind for it. Then I have to jump for the B. So, you know, a bit awkward there as well. And then I go for the O after going for that B, which is over this way. It's very awkward. I'm not a huge fan of how it's all lined up, but I managed it anyway. And Chad calls the shove, despite the fact that wasn't very good. And also a roof lip. And now I'm going to go ahead and grind this to get the hump grind. And now I'm going to go and talk to Sparrow, who wants me to go ahead and take care of all of these signs again. 2 of them are here in, you know, this backyard area, and one of them is at the Haunted Mansion. Why is there a no skate sign at the Haunted Mansion? I don't know. But there is. And I'm gonna go ahead and sticker slap that bitch. And there you go. Pro's gonna be so happy. And now we talk to him to begin the tagging spot thing, which every single tag spot is just at the freaking park there. It's literally right at the trailer parks. So just go around in the trailer park and you'll find all 3 and tag them all. And that's it. Pretty much the easiest of the tag spots in the entire game. And there you go, we're a natural talent apparently. And yeah, I can also change the paint every time I want, but I'm going to keep it to that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go over to the Haunted Mansion, because remember that there were these pools and such back then on, I believe, like, what, Pro Skater 2 or 3 GBA? And they do give us gaps, but they're different here. In fact, they're lesser here. Pee-pee pool, pee-pee pool. That's about it. And there used to be gaps up on the roof of the mansion that we still can't get up to. Electric spots. Those are not there anymore when it comes to this version of Suburbia. But at least you can still get up there and, you know, get some nice stuff going on there, I guess. I'll show it off at least, but yeah. There's no point going up to these spots anymore. They don't give you anything anymore, and there's no point even going to them anymore. So, yeah, there's no tapes here anymore and all of that, so why bother going up here? The game gives you no incentive either later on to go up here anyway, so yeah, pretty sad, honestly, but what can you do? And now I'm going to jump it over to me changing to a pro. And we are back on Bam's team, so I'm going to choose the only team member left, which is Eric Costin. And now with Eric, I'm going to go ahead and just take care of some shit here. And by that, I mean take care of a pro challenge. Which, happens to be the team challenge right over here. Which is just lip tricking the table. So, after I lip trick this spot, you obviously know what's going to happen next. We're going to get a cutscene, we're going to be saying that, you know, we're done with Suburbia. I'll make a move on. And to be honest, these talks are going to be new at least, because Suburbia is not in THUG2, so told you we got us back, and, you know, Ron is Bam's turf. That really hurts. And yeah, that gets rid of Sparrow, I guess. And, yeah, we're going to New Orleans now with Sparrow gone. Finally. Except not really. And, yeah, there you go. Now we can move on with some more challenges here in Suburbia. So let's just go ahead and knock it down the park, I guess, from there. Starting with this one right here with myself, not with fucking Eric. As we're gonna go ahead and just manual that entire hump there. Not grind it, but manual it. And, yeah, that's it. That's it. What, you thinking there's something else to this one? You think there's something else for me to go ahead and do? Nah. Nah. This is it. Deal with it. Get the humps. Get the fucking humps, mate. Anyway, after that, I'm going to go ahead and do that again with Eric Costin, so we can get that out of the way. And then, as a pro, I'm going to go ahead and talk to Bob and such, who is still here, because his nuts are not swollen. No need for hospital. He can just stand about in Bam's fucking backyard, chilling, while I have to do all the rest of the goddamn work. Great fucking teammate he is. And with that out of the way, we're no fun apparently to Rodney, but we can now go ahead and begin another thing of Bob, which is just the graffiti minigame. 4 misses allowed. The buttons are a bit more faster. And I believe we can now press up and down when it comes to hitting the things, so yeah. I don't fail this one, by the way. But yeah, it's just... And now I fucked up the triggers. I'm dumb. I'm fucking dumb. God. Okay, there we go. And with that out of the way, we can now move on forward to me just jump kind of over to me completing Bob's thing. And after that, we can now move on and do another thing for Bob, which is just doing a kickflip over that spine. That's it. Do a kickflip over the spine gap, and that's it. Really, really easy goal. And now, it's time to go see Steve-O, who is just hanging out at the corner here. He wants to go ahead and do a 100,000 point combo. We can't leave the backyard, which, this is Bam's backyard. This is Bam's home, apparently. Even though anybody who's watched Villa Bam knows what Bam's home actually looks like, it is 100% not this. I don't know why this is Bam's backyard. But, at the very least, we can just, you know, go ahead, take care of some of that score going on, because it's actually a pretty easy score, and move on from there. But yeah, according to THUG2 GBA, in canon, the backyard of Suburbia, this house is apparently Bam's. So that satellite dish we did, that shit we did before, that was Bam's house. Sure. Sure, game. Anyway, we now have to go over to the, you know, haunted mansion now and grind both of these pools for the, you know, the creepy gap and the creepier gap, or creepiest gap, or whatever. Creepier pool, whatever. And, yeah, it's just, it's fine. It's not a hard objective either. It's just grind these 2 pools, which I'm going to do in one combo, by the way. There's creepy pool, and I'm going to do this one in a combo. There we go. I'm not going to use focus. And creepier pool done. And with that, we can now move on forward. I don't know why there are 2 pools here, Steve-O. Do not ask me this. But now I have to grind all the pools with the scooter here. Every pool, including the backyard one. Including both of those. Now, he says we only have a minute. It's just been a minute, according to the time of the game. Don't fucking lie to me on how time works, game. What you're actually asking of me is that we have an hour of in-game time, not a fucking minute. And even then, I kind of doubt that. But I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say that we only have until 11 a.m. to actually do all these pulls, which... I mean, that time is going fucking fast. Apparently, we are skating about in super slow-mo. Because every fucking, like, little bit of distance is a minute. But, for the most part, this is an easy one. I can get it done in about 30 minutes. About, like, not exactly 30 minutes, as you can tell. You know, a bit of an excess of about 5 minutes, maybe. But, yeah. And with that out of the way, we can now move on forward from the scooter, because we now have an objective over here with Wee Man. What does Wee Man want? He wants us to impress some rollerbladers. Which, the rollerbladers around here are not too easy to get to, except for that one. Well, there is the one at the pool at the backyard, but I'm only going to use the one at the mansion. And I'm going to use the manual to take care of this one, because you can do that. So, considering the game gave me this one, I mean, might as well. Done. And now it's time for the next objective, which happens to be with Wee Man again, as he wants me to go ahead and just hop that fucking car. He wants me to sketch another car. God damn it. I'm going to show you my struggles with this fucking car. Because this car goes in like a T angle. He'll turn at this point. But yeah, look at me fight to sketch this fucking car. I'm pressing all the buttons and everything I can to get the fucking sketch. And I just... Jesus. But eventually I do sketch. Very close to the damn car. I'm almost invisible behind the car. And there you go. But you know what's more annoying than that? Playing the fucking goddamn tennis ball minigame for 20 rounds. 20! 20 fucking rounds of this! I don't even have anything to say about this. I mean, you kind of already get the gist at this point, right? I don't have to really add much else to this. There's only one thing left to really talk about when it comes to this minigame. And it's this pull-back fire thing you've been seeing me do. Where the reticle gets smaller as I hold the shoot button back. This is supposed to be for distance, because you can shoot further. But every single person for 10 rounds has been this close up. There's been no purpose to me ever holding back. However, there is a purpose. Because after round 10... Jesus Christ, after round 10, we will have to go and actually shoot further, because the targets will be further back. It won't be that much difficult, but it will exist at least. I really don't have much else to say about this fucking minigame. This is the most boring minigame of all of them. The most repetitive. And it's gonna get worse. Like, 20 rounds is a lot, but it's gonna get fucking worse than that. Easy rounds. Oh god, it just goes on. It just goes on. Okay, round 10. Which is just an easy round, because it keeps giving me Wee Man. Now, round 11. Now, there are going to be people rolling around at the middle area. So now you actually gotta use the hold back. That includes Wee Man, who, He'll go down quite a bit far to give you the time, but you're probably going to miss a few times on him. There are 3 layers of distance with this one, and the furthest back happens to be at the very background there. So, yeah, there are 3 layers of where these people could be, and that's it. That's the only other addition to the game. At this point, you have now seen everything. And while the furthest back one is harder to hit, because the hit spots for them with your fucking tennis ball are weird, for the most part, this is still super fucking easy. Also, you might have noticed that we are now hitting a maximum of 30 tennis balls. You are only allowed to hold 30. If you hit more refills at this point, you'll get 5, but you'll only default to 30, the maximum. And that's it. So yeah. You enjoying this minigame, guys? Jesus Christ, we're on round 15 and I'm already done with this shit. And look, another easy round. It's just Wee Man again. Round 16, I believe, is where the further assistance one should begin. But yeah. This is just fucking boring. This is legitimately just fucking boring. I'm so bored I'm not even paying attention to where I'm aiming. There's Wee Man. There's Wee Man. There's Wee Man. There's Wee Man. Hey look, there's Wee Man. It's all Wee Man. Always has been. Still is. There we go. God, the Wee Man shit makes this too easy. Alright, round 20. Let's end this already. I guess the third layer hasn't happened yet. I'm guessing it's after round 20. Which, by the way, this isn't the last time we're doing this in story mode. There's one more occurrence, at the very least. Let's move on, shall we? Phil here gives us some shit. 40,000 tantrum, okay. I kept fucking up the tantrum again. I'm gonna jump cut to me actually not fucking up the tantrum. There's also the pool here, which is awkward as well. So, you know, that also gets in the way. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit out of the way. For the most part, it's Suburbia, so there's not much with it. And it was like that in the original GBA game, when this level was appeared. Like, there's not much to it. So it's one of the lesser levels. It still is. But man, you could have picked any other fucking level from the other GBA games. And while Suburbia, this is the first time we've ever seen Suburbia get used again, I believe. There are better levels from the other GBA games, the other Pro Skater GBA games, than Suburbia. And look at that. I'm fucking up hard on even getting a lot of these tricks done. It doesn't matter. That red does not fucking matter at all. The goals are too forgiving. Now I'm going to go ahead and take care of the team challenge with the last thing I have to do now. I have to grind the pool again. God. That construction pool is getting too much use. It's not even a good pool. It cuts you off right there. Like, it's not a good pool. And I gotta change to Eric, take care of this one, then I'm done with the goals for Suburbia. Which means all I have left at that point is just gaps. Which, yeah, I told you that last part, that was the most gaps I missed out of all levels. That was not a joke. That was legitimate. Because in all honesty, I nearly got every fucking gap in Suburbia. There was only one gap I missed. You'll see what I mean. But right now, I've done all the goals now. So we're done with Suburbia on that part. There's all the goals there is. And now I'm going to show you the gaps, which there aren't many gaps in Suburbia. There's less now compared to before. But, yeah, there's only one gap I missed. And it's a very easy gap once you see the name of it. Here they are. See, I missed one. Long sidewalk. Which just grind this entire sidewalk over across this gap here. And that's it. That's long sidewalk. See? And with that, that's all the gaps in Suburbia as well. So, that's it for Suburbia. That's it for the only classic level in THUG2 GBA. Next time, we're going to New Orleans. We're going to Mardi Gras. Because we're nearly done with story mode now, by the way. Nearly done for every level of the fucking game, too. So, thanks for watching. And I will see you all next time for New Orleans. See you then.